Hello and welcome to the first Atomic Comics Fallout Zone. Um, as this is our very first show, tell you a little bit about ourselves. We are situated out of a comic book store in Telford, which is in Oaken Gates, which is Telford in Shropshire. We're Atomic Comics. A little bit why we're doing this is because when we had our first shop, it was a coffee shop as well, and we kind of liked the idea that people could sort of come in and talk geek, and they had a little community, and which we still sort of uphold on the Facebook pages. But we felt that this was a good way to sort of just share our sort of passion and love for comic books and all things geeky, basically. Manga, collectibles, sci-fi, etc. Today is going to be a bit of a stretch. It's a bit of a short show. Didn't have a great deal of time to gather sort of research into get the news and stuff. Haven't sort of figured out the best way to get all of the information. Usually go straight to them, straight to the publishers and get press releases and stuff like that. But we're still working that out, so bear with us, please. Also, in the future, hopefully, I will have a co-host to bounce off. We'll have a little bit of fun. We basically want to keep it light. We don't do reviews or anything like that because there tends to be a stigma behind reviews, review sites and stuff, where people get a bit sort of overly precious with their with their point of view. We don't really do that. We prefer to sort of just keep it light, keep it fun. And so hopefully normally I will have a co-host, and we'll be taking sort of suggestions from you guys. We will be offering jumping in points for series as well, because often that can be a bit of a problem. It's comic books can be a little bit notoriously, and comic book groups can be notoriously sort of unwelcoming to new readers. We like to offer a jumping in point for people, so it's easy to get into. Just keeping it light, really. But yeah, we'll start off a little bit of news. First off, from Dark Horse, we've got a new graphic novel from the Dark Horse founder Mike Richardson and Eisner Award-winning artist Paul Chadwick. It's called Best Wishes. It's about basically two people who make a wish in a fountain in Central Park, and their lives become sort of magically entwined through their wishes. It is sort of Michael Richardson, who's a fantastic writer, and also the founder of Dark Horse. From the summary that's available, which I fully urge you to sort of look at yourself if you want to, on Dark Horse's page. It does look like it's going to shape up to be a fantastic book, something a little bit different if you want to break from the usual sort of superhero stuff and things like that. But yeah, that is available on. It's been described as Woody Allen-esque. Don't know whether that's a good or a bad thing, but sure it'll be very good, and it's released on November 2017. We have Reefer Madness, right? This is going to be big, I think. It's basically sort of off the back of the change in legislation in the US with cannabis, 420 or whatever it is, I'm not quite sure. But it's basically all of the propaganda, the anti-drugs strips that were done sort of way back when. I mean, and they've all been collected up and put together kind of ironically in this sort of trade. It's collected and edited by Craig Yo. The original strips are, it's put together by huge people in the industry. I mean, Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster, Superman. You've got Frank Frazetta, Jerry Robinson, the King, Jack Kirby. So it should be a good one. It should be a little light-hearted, a little bit of fun. The design of the book looks absolutely fantastic, so I highly recommend it. It should be fun. And last, Dark Horse, they are celebrating Alien Day, which is LV 426, which is 426, which is basically sort of been interpreted as April 26th. I mean, they're really plugging this. Everybody who's got sort of any sort of hold on the franchise is really plugging this, including Dark Horse. And it looks like there's some great stuff, some really cool stuff. Just excuse me for a minute. We've got some bits and bobs that I put on my phone. I kept. But yes, we've got. When I can find it. We've got the fan activities include Alien Day. This is all available, by the way, on Dark Horse page. Alien Day is live streaming events at Fox Studios in Los Angeles, beginning at 10 a.m. I do think Alien Day, by the time this goes out, I think it probably will be like the 26th. Something. So sorry, but if any of the news is a little bit older, we try to get out on time. Hopefully in the future this won't be a problem. But yeah, the live streaming event beginning at 10 a.m. On all Alien social channels and the newly launched Alien Universe Hub at alienuniverse.com. Fans can interact with the cast via question and answer session and multiple behind-the-scenes segments highlighting the making of Alien Covenant, which is very cool. We've got that whole countdown to Covenant thing. So yeah, we've got a global one-night screening event, although that's with participating cinemas which are in the US. So if you're watching in the US, that is participating RPX Regal Cinemas in the US. So if you are watching the US, have a look and you may be participating. It's the 1979 original with Sigourney Weaver and Ridley Scott's follow-up with Prometheus. So they will be playing those, which is fantastic. We've got the Mother of Alien Trivia Challenges, 24 hours on www.alienuniverse.com. It's sort of a quiz and that, so you can just take part in that. And a fan art contest, so you can send in your art and just a little bit of fun. Should be great, for all Alien fans out there. Right. Next, we've got IDW. What we've got first from IDW is the First Strike, which is the follow-up to its Hasbro Universe's Revolutions. Revolution. So I did actually read that as well. I'm a fan, so I should know better. But it picks up directly afterwards, and it's said to sort of be. It's across the Hasbro universe, so Mass G.I. Joe, Transformers. It's supposed to be huge. It's going to deeply impact the sort of Hasbro IDW universe. It's penned by, and I do apologise if I get this wrong, Margaret Scott and David Rodriguez, with art by Max Dunbar. It'll run for 3 months and it'll be 6 issues. Again, Transformers, G.I. Joe, and Mask. Scott has stated it's a very deeply personal character story. So, it's they're really pushing this. And from my experience, when they really push a crossover with IDW Dark Horse, those kind of the smaller than the main two companies, they really have something worth pushing. Also from IDW, in July, we've got the Tom Whelan cover month, which is going to be very cool. If you're not familiar with Tom Whelan, he's Mondo, which was a screen print company originally, and now it's just huge, and they do lots of different things. But it's like the screen print, very stylized kind of movie poster type designs. Very, very cool. By all means, all this again is... Most of it is straight from the horse's mouth. It's straight from IDW. So if you want to look on any of these, if you're interested in reading further into them, go on to IDW's homepage, and it will show you all about it. Have had a look at a few of these covers, these Tom Whelan covers. They are really nice. I will be getting some myself. I think they're fantastic. So yeah, but by all means, go on and have a look. Yeah, it's across the board as well. So it's like their biggest, their biggest characters like the Turtles, Transformers, Mask. So there's all these different stylized sort of movie poster type things. Very cool. Um, we next we have IDW are just they probably have by now released. It's the first volume. I think there's going to be three of the classic Star Wars the newspaper comics. They ran from 1979 to 1984, sorry, and were penned by Russ Manning, who's a legend. And it was originally printed in the Los Angeles Times. Disney and Marvel have decided to sort of, I don't know, had the hows and whats and wheres, but IDW got the rights to release these collections. They look amazing. I love the newspaper. There's been collections of them before. I think I've got a couple. I don't know sort of what volumes they are, or I did have. I can't remember. Packed away. But they are beautiful. It should be a beautiful book, and that should be out about now. Disney have also licensed IDW to do a younger readers book, which is Star Wars Adventures. This is massive for IDW. IDW has quite a sort of successful younger readers sort of library of titles that come out, and it's kind of the usuals, the cartoon tie-ins and stuff like that. But IDW is one of those companies that really does take it seriously, and they go a little bit further. Yeah, they've got the rights to produce a Star Wars Tales ongoing title, which, like I said, is aimed at younger readers. They also have coming in autumn or fall, if you're in America, DuckTales and Tangled titles that are going to be released upcoming soon to go along with their younger readers initiative. I'm not sure if you call it initiative. I think it's just what they do, basically. It's fantastic. But yeah, so that will be coming out autumn, fall. So that's IDW. Again, this is not all of the. I couldn't sort of. It's quite hard to sort of like gather all the information. Hopefully, I will have somebody with me doing that soon. So yeah, we also have with the indies, we have Valiant. Valiant are just about to release Bloodshot Salvation, which is sort of a new run on their Bloodshot series, and it's written by Jeff Lemire, who's fantastic, absolutely brilliant. And Louis, it's set in two timelines, so there's like a past and a present within the story of the book, and the art is done by two different artists. It's Louis LaRosa for the present, and Mika. Again, I apologise for the names. Mika Soyan for the future. So sorry if I got that wrong. This should be good. Valiant of sort of the last couple of years have done great things. From the Exo Man of War, sort of they just sort of continued with that. I mean, that's been out 1994, I think. And they've continued that. I think it had a birthday recently, so the beginning of the year, so they released like an anniversary issue, which was an anniversary sort of series, which was really good. And to the criminally underrated Faith, which is just amazing. So Bloodshot, they really seem to be taking it very seriously with their sort of main characters now. They get some great writers, some great artists on it. So it should be one to look out for. So we have Boom Studios, when I can find it. Boom. Boom are releasing a second title to their Power Rangers franchise. It's a Go Power Rangers, which is due for release in July. It's focuses on like the transitional period between sort of being normal kids to Power Rangers superheroes, and I think it's been sort of likened to as like a year one kind of thing, like Power Rangers year one, sort of unofficially, obviously. Um, but yeah, so that's written by Ryan Parrott with award-winning artist Dan Mora. Also got a new Bill and Ted series coming out. Um, Bill and Ted Save the Universe, which is released in June. It's by the same team that brought us Go to Hell, which was fantastic. So that hopefully should be good. Next, we have Image. Image are celebrating their 25 years in the business. As part of it, they've got a few things going on, a few different sort of celebrations. There's a few sort of nod to Spawn covers, which are very cool. Again, if you want to see them, go onto Images page. They're all on there. Some great covers, and also the new Saga story arc is about to kick off. And in celebration, it's a 25-cent issue. Haven't had the opportunity to find out what that means in the UK because it probably won't be a cheap issue when it gets over here. But you never know. You never know. And Saga's always great. It'll be worth getting anyway. Right, we're sort of boiling down to the big two. We have Marvel. Marvel. The Secret Empire thing. So much controversy at the moment. It doesn't seem to. It's not even the content. I mean, the content. I mean, people are sort of boycotting and burning copies of it, which is, I understand that people feel passionate about the character. I love the Captain, but I think it's a little overkill. It's fiction at the end of the day. It's so out of context. I mean, it's a brainwashing thing. The Cap will come back. Cap always comes back. But even sort of down to the point that the Zero issue, which was released on the 19th, had a pretty bad misprint. So Marvel are now offering an exchange. So basically, you can take your misprinted version, and they will. I'm not sure how they're doing this when they're sending it, through mail order or what. I couldn't sort of nail down the specifics. But I mean, this is presumably in the US anyway, so I'm not sure. No, actually, it'll sort of affect the UK the same. I'm not sure how they're going to do it anyway, but if you keep your eyes open, if we get any more sort of any more information on that, I'll put it on the next show. But yeah, Marvel. But yeah, apparently it's a misprint. Something like some of the dialogue is obscured or something. So that's now been reprinted. Now they're trying to, yeah. However, that hasn't stopped them. All the flack they get for their crossovers, relentless crossovers, and they've tried to diffuse this by announcing the next crossover. After Secret Empire, at some point in the fall, we're going to have Marvel Legacy, which combines current and past iterations of characters. Yeah. So it's the editor in chief Axel Alonso was on ABC. Well, obviously ABC is a sister company to Marvel since it's Disney sort of connection. Has said that it's probably going to blow up. It's probably going to break the internet. Was his comment on Marvel Legacy. This could either be the best thing to remedy their sort of naysayers at the moment, or a huge misguided mistake. Who can tell with Marvel? It just seems that they should be really focusing on tidying the sort of existing universe instead of just muddying the waters. From a retailer point of view, people are kind of turned off by Marvel at the moment by the fact that they really don't know where the title is. Is it current? Is it it's just a mess. The whole universe is just a mess, and it puts people off buying the titles. You get some sort of titles that are kind of standalone, which is in the past has always been like X-Men, Daredevil, stuff like that, which hold their own weight without having to be part of the wider Marvel universe. But now they're kind of getting dragged into it as well. So you got people, some people stop buying Marvel. I have a few customers that are really angry, stop buying Marvel altogether after Secret Wars and Civil War 2. And then, even if they buy sort of the standalone issues, like I said, there are a couple of customers that were buying sort of, for example, Daredevil. But when they start to tie into that as well, it means that they stop buying that individual title, which is problematic because not only are they not buying tie-in material and crossover material, they're not buying their original sort of title either because it's veering towards tying in, and they don't really care about the crossover. But yeah, I mean, who knows? Marvel have some great talent, and they are very capable of pulling it back at any given time. I'm not even going to go into X-Men Gold and Blue because it's such a controversial. For those of you that haven't heard the controversy about X-Men Gold, look it up. We're not going to go into it because it can get a little political, and the YouTube is a minefield as it is, and it's not a bad book, but the artwork, as I say, just read up on the artwork controversy. So anyway, we have DC and we have the Dark Matter banner, which is real interesting. For those of you who haven't heard anything about it, Dark Matter is it's 6 new original titles. They're going to be released in August, and it's partnering DC's most successful writers with DC's most successful artists, and it's going to be very sort of visually guided, whatever that means. But yeah, there's some great talent been put together, but it has been explained as a way to showcase. They're putting a lot of emphasis on artists, hence their sort of visually guided sort of thing that they're putting on it. But DC are doing great things at the moment. The Rebirth has been huge. It's been, from my personal opinion, has been fantastic. I know from a retail point of view, you cannot sell enough Rebirth stuff. But yeah, it's the artists involved are Greg Capullo, Jim Lee, John Romita Jr., Adam Kubert. I think there was some more, but I haven't put them down. And the writers are Dan Abnett, Tony S. Daniel, Dan Didio, Justin Jordan, Kenneth Rocafort, Scott Snyder, James Tynion IV, and Robert Venditti. So it's they're really pushing it as the best example of pure creator driven. So which should be interesting. I think that they sort of they've really sort of put it across that they want to use the creative teams to the very best of their potential. So they distance them from existing characters so they can do this. And it comes from the Dark Matter, which comes from Metal, and all that. So it should be good. It should be good. Looking forward to it. Again, that's all we have at the moment. Under normal circumstances, the show will be longer and we'll have more with regards to sort of like we had some collectibles. In fact, we do have a few things on the collectibles. We have We have collectible Kingdom Hearts figures by Diamond, Diamond Distribution, or Diamond, different sort of. But they've released Minimates, Vinimates, and Diamond Select versions of Kingdom Hearts. So anybody who's a fan of the game should check them out. Very, very cool. You can find them all over the internet. And also, Marvel Gallery has released 3 new figures to its line, which is the Daredevil one, which is gorgeous, Black Panther, and Sam Wilson as Captain America. All 3 of them are absolutely beautiful, to be honest. So yeah, that is. Oh, sorry. Before, I did have some Dynamite news. That Fred Van Let and Bob Q are going to be teaming up for the new Green Hornet 66 Meets the Spirit, which was originally by Will Eisner. Sorry, I didn't think I had any news on Dynamite, but I do. As I say, under normal circumstances, we will be a little bit more sort of. We'll be better informed, so we'll give better news. Please feel free to sort of leave some criticisms, constructive, please. Don't just sort of call me names and stuff, because I just won't read it. But yeah, we're urging people to get involved as well. We would like to keep the sort of community aspect, so we're going to be like sort of giving people topics to talk about and stuff. For example, if you can either put on the comments below, or you can. We've got a Atomic Comics Fallout Zone Facebook page. You can put on there. We're looking at favourite Spider-Man artist. So there is no right answer. There's no wrong answer. It's your personal sort of favourite Spider-Man artist. It could be for whatever reason, just out of nostalgia, just because you think it's the best Spider-Man. Whatever, it doesn't matter. There is no wrong answer, no right answer. Also, we're going to be doing jumping in points as well for people, as sort of explained at the beginning. So if anybody wants a jumping in point from any particular thing, it's not just myself. We got, there's loads of people on the community site, on the community pages and stuff like that. A lot of really nice people who are more than willing to sort of like, point people in the right direction. Whether they already read comics, you just want something new, or if they if they're completely new, don't be frightened off. It's we just want to share sort of the love for it. It's brilliant, But yeah, so again, comments, please keep them constructive. But yeah, like I said, next week, hopefully, like I said, tell us your favourite Spider-Man artist and give us some jumping in points. Give us some stuff to talk about, man. It's like I said, we keep it nice and sort of easy and free. Thanks a lot.